Razabani for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm delighted to have with me on Zoom today my man all the way from New York, but European's finest, Mr. Otto Wallin. Otto, firstly, how are we doing? Looking fresh as always?
Yeah, thank you. I'm doing well. Everything's good. How are you?
All good. It's just been back to back today with interviews, but as part of the job. So enjoying catching up with everybody. How's life? How's New York City?
It's good. Things are more open now, and things are getting better. So I'm happy about that. The weather is still pretty nice. I see my people in Sweden, is getting cold there, so it's tough for them. But here it's pretty good.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. Otto, I messaged you a couple of days ago to do an interview. You said hold tight. Let's wait for a few days because there's an announcement coming, and I had no clue until the rumors started to circulate about 40 hours ago. And a few articles came out, and people were saying it was a done deal with Dillian Whyte, and then the official announcement came. So yeah, let's talk about it. So you're coming to the UK, Dillian Whyte. Why Dillian?
Why Dillian? I mean, I was offered the fight. We were actually in deep talks with Luis Ortiz. And at first they told me, hey, Ortiz said yes to fight you. Are you interested in fighting him? I said, yeah. And we were negotiating and felt like everything pretty much was in place. Then seemed like for some reason, I don't think they wanted it. I mean, that's what it seemed like. I feel like if somebody really wants a fight, then you make it happen. That wasn't the case, but in the middle of all that, we got this offer to fight Dillian Whyte, and so it's good timing, and we took it, and I'm happy about it. Now we're here. It'll be my first time as a pro in England, and I'm looking forward to it.
When you get that phone call from whether your agent or your manager, whoever that is, that you've got an opportunity to fight Dillian Whyte, did you hesitate at all? You're like, nope, I want to fight Dillian Whyte in the UK.
Yeah, I want the fight, but the things are gonna be good. We need a Swedish judge, stuff like that, and yeah, I was very happy with it. I talked to my trainer; he felt the same way, and we took it.
Otto, obviously, I know a lot of the UK fans will know you because you went 12 rounds with obviously Tyson Fury, had that cut. You obviously won a number of rounds in that particular fight. I'm not sure how many people watched your performance over Dominic Brazil, which was a conclusive, unanimous decision win for yourself. You're continuously improving as a fighter. How much of a problem are you for someone like Dillian after all the tough fights that he's had in his career so far?
Yeah, that's interesting you say that. I've been saying that in different interviews as well, that Dillian, he's a good fighter, but he's been in a lot of tough fights. He's been knocked out twice. He's been hurt different times, and I think it's taken a toll on him. Honestly, I feel like he's been aging a little bit. And yeah, no, I'm a fresh guy. I had that fight with Fury, but other than that, I've had a pretty smooth sail, to be honest. But I'm a very serious guy. I fought Brazil in February. And I've been training since that time. I was expecting to fight July, and then it kept getting pushed back and stuff. You just keep training, and you don't hear anything. But finally this came, and now I'm, of course, happy that I've kept training all this time.
We know Dillian's been waiting for that kind of world title shot at the WBC. He was number one ranked for a certain period of time. A lot of people are saying, well, he should, I think Chris Ariora was in the running for this particular fight as well. What have you made of Dillian as a fighter?
I think that he's a tough guy. He takes big fights, and he's not a lazy guy. He's been taking tough fights, but also you got to be smart about that. You don't want to be in a war every time, and it takes a toll on you in boxing. It's a serious sport. So I think that he's a tough guy. He's shown that to everybody, and he's taking on a tough fight here, and might be too much for him.
What difficulties do you bring to him?
I think that, first of all, I'm a southpaw. I'm an intelligent fighter. I got good speed, good footwork, good defense, and good offense. So I think that, all around, I'm a good fighter and a smart fighter. And I think I can adapt to a lot of things. And I'm always improving. Even, with my last fight, I feel like there's a lot of things there that I take that I know I can do better. And it was good for me to go 12 rounds that time. And I've been going 12 rounds 3 times now in my career. And I think this is the time that really everything is going to come together.
Also, obviously, some fighters, especially when they come from abroad to America, to the UK, there's a fancy check there waiting for them. There's a big lump of cash waiting for them, and they come in, take the money, put in minimum effort, and go back. But you're coming here to not just collect the check, obviously, but also get that win.
Of course, I mean that's why in the game I already showed that with Fury. I mean, people are just laughing at me before the fight, but in the fight they saw that I'm the real deal, and nothing has changed. I mean, I'm only gotten better from that fight. That fight showed me a lot. It showed that I can perform on the highest level, and I've been taking a lot from that fight. After that, I've had 2 fights: Travis Kaufman, Dominic Brazil, and I feel like I'm improving from that also. And now, getting great sparring, great training, and I'll be ready for Dillian.
Obviously, also there's a lot of heavyweight fights taking place over the next couple of months, and we'll go through them in a minute. But Usyk, Joshua, Wilder, Fury, yourself, Whyte, Parker, Chisora, Andy Reid's probably in America later this year as well. The division can become completely open, if certain fights go certain ways. Where does a winner of Whyte take you?
I mean, it's for the WBC interim title, so I feel like I should be the mandatory after that. And Fury, he probably is tied up with Joshua, but I think I'll be right in the mix too. I think that's the way I got to go to get a rematch with Fury. I feel like I really got to earn it, because I don't think he's gonna give it for free again like he did the first time.
How much are you looking forward to coming and showcasing your skills here in the UK, especially the O2 Arena? I know the world knows about the O2 Arena. I remember speaking to Joseph Parker when he first came for Hughie Fury, and he then went away and he said, listen, I don't want to fight anywhere but the UK because boxing is something else. So how much are you kind of looking forward to coming to the UK?
Yeah, I agree. I only been to the arena in Sheffield. I saw Kell Brook fight one time, and it was great. It was great. I've been watching a lot of fights over the years on TV from the UK, and the UK fans really seem good, and they are very into boxing, and that's really good. I'm happy. More people know me now than when I fought Fury, so that's good for me. And I'm from Sweden, so it's not very far. There's going to be a lot of Swedes there also.
No, we look forward to it. Also, obviously, I know Dillian a couple of fights ago had that devastating shock loss to Povetkin. He avenged that loss with stopping Povetkin the rematch in Gibraltar. What did you make of his performance with Povetkin? And do you see Dillian improving, or do you feel like this is the right time to fight someone like Dillian Whyte?
No, I think it's the right time for me. I think that, he's a tough guy, but I feel like he's aging. I said that earlier, I think. And, he's been in a lot of tough fights. And that second Povetkin fight looked a little strange to me. It looked like Povetkin wasn't the same for some reason. And he was all over the ring and stuff. So I feel like Dillian is aging, and I'm fresh coming up. I'm 30 years old, but I haven't been in those wars.
Is this fight going to go 12 rounds?
We see. I don't know. I'm just going out there. I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to handle him and, get the victory.
Obviously, you're coming from New York, so you're not coming from Sweden, so there's a time difference. So do you plan to come a couple of weeks earlier, or what's your schedule like?
Yeah, we're working on that. We're trying to do our research. I got my people that are helping me, and we're looking at somewhere between 10 and 7 days to go out there.
Well, so we look forward to it. It's going to be an absolute entertaining fight. It's the first fight at the O2 Arena for, I think, nearly 2 years as well. So it's going to be an exciting fight week, and I'm sure we'll finally meet face to face as well. But also, just before I let you go, as I mentioned, there's a number of heavyweight fights coming up. We're 7-8 days away from Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. Obviously, Usyk's first attempt at the world title. What do you make of that fight?
I think that would be a good fight. Usyk was a good heavyweight, cruiserweight. Sorry, it was a great cruiserweight. Now at heavyweight, hasn't looked that good, but I think it would be a good fight. I think that, I give Joshua the edge. I think that he might stop him late or win a decision, but he would have to work for it.
Do you think size, weight will be a key factor in this fight?
Yeah, I think so. I think that Usyk's still adjusting to the weight and the bigger guys at heavyweight.
But you expect Anthony Joshua to be victorious?
Yeah, I do. Either late stoppage or decision.
And obviously announce not just your fight, but obviously Joseph Parker and the rematch with Derek Chisora as well. What do you make of that rematch, Otto?
It should be good. Chisora is always in good fights, and he's a tough guy. Parker's also good fighter. That should be a good fight. You know, could go either way, I think.
And obviously not far away also from the trilogy, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Do you feel like this is do or die for Deontay Wilder? This is his last chance. If he loses, then him getting another shot at that world title will become incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it will be difficult, but I mean, he can come back. I think. I think there's a very important fight for him, but I honestly feel like Fury's gonna win again. And where does that take Wilder? I'm not sure. He's 35, I think. Depends on how much ambition he has to come back. But if he wants to, I'm sure he can do it. But it's gonna take a lot of work.
I'm not sure if you saw the event last week in America with Triller, where you had a number of ex-fighters and ex-MMA fighters on the show. David Haye was on that show, had an 8-round fight. And after the fight, he called out Tyson Fury and said, I want Tyson Fury. And we know how great David Haye was as a cruiserweight, but has he got much left in him against someone like Tyson Fury?
I mean, of course he wants Fury. I mean, he wants the money, I'm sure. So, I mean, he can't hang with Fury at this point. I think that, you know, different styles, and, you know, Fury is very big and awkward, and, you know, Haye is getting older. So, I mean, he wants the money. That's pretty clear. It's like just like, who was it? Vitor Belfort called out Canelo, I think. No, same thing.
Otto, Tyson Fury did a couple of interviews last week where he talked about his kind of plan, and he said anti-Joshua, then maybe a Dillian Whyte end of the year. He's talked about Wilder, then Dillian Whyte, then anti-Joshua, then maybe a Derek Chisora. Do you feel like if you get that victory over Dillian Whyte in October, that you could potentially warrant that rematch with Tyson Fury later down the line?
I should, because I mean, it seems like Fury forgot my name after our fight. I haven't heard him mention me once. You know, he's always calling out people, but never me. So I think that speaks for itself a lot. So that's why I said that I think I really gotta have to earn a rematch with him, and beating Dillian Whyte, that would put me right in there, I think.
Absolutely. Okay, Otto, thank you so much, my man, for giving me a little bit of your time. I'm sure you're getting calls and text messages from different people asking you for an interview. So I appreciate you giving me 10, 15 minutes of your time. Wish you all the best with the rest of your training camp. And hopefully the next time we do this will be face-to-face.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, man.
Otto Wallin, IFL TV. Thank you very much.
All right.